And we're back again with part 3. This is part 3 of the Snake Men. And here we have the TV version of it. There's a little more dialogue between Zodak and He-Man. Uh, I respect your desire to avenge your brother, but you don't need to prove this to me or anyone else. So there's a little bit more dialogue, a little more scene. And he says, we must prepare. So here we have some dialogue here. Now this is going to be, so what I'm looking at here is that uh, Zodak and He-Man, they're good friends. So that maniac tried to kill us. So here, Zodak and He-Man made up. They're friends, and they now have to regroup and get their army together to prepare for the oncoming onslaught of the Snake Men. Let's see how it is played here. I'll do my best.
They're heading for Castle Grayskull, which means
A bit of fighting here between the heroes. So I'm trying Plex, not Flex, P-L-E-X. I'm hoping this fucking works, because if it doesn't work, I'm going to have to skip on to the next video, because I don't want this to be work. I don't want this to be real work to have to show you what I want to show you. You know, never fucking take for granted that things will work your way 110% of the time. Ever.
even you can't take on an army that size, Zodak. Work with us, and I'll make sure.
Okay, so they shake hands, but there's more dialogue in the actual comic book.
To get there first.
Uh-oh, here we go. So there's the tension. There's the conflict.
All on the same side now.
Yeah, there's no time for extra dialogue. Now here we get to sorcerers, but in this comic book we see the large forces at work. So here there's this extra dialogue that's in the comic book only, but you see that they're not playing games. But right now you're just seeing the Masters standing their ground. And here we get a scene with the sorceress. And we don't get to the sorceress until later on when we get to the castle. So it isn't until we get to here. But for right now, we're just trying to get the Masters to Castle Grayskull. That's what this section of part 3 is about. Okay, so here we have a fight. Very similar to this one. Get that line on. So here you got everybody's fighting everyone else. Here Mekaneck is turned to stone. And lots of bad stuff happening here. Whirlwinds, tornadoes. Yeah, there's Cyclone. Cyclone's here. Yeah, Cyclone. I don't think Cyclone's at all in this episode. Yeah, so here he tortures them. He's like, you're going to talk. Where is he? Where's King Hiss? It's too late. King Grayskull's power will be ours. Well, I mean, he just looks over there. That's it. So it's a little bit played out better in the comic book. Now in this, here, the power of the agents is before me. So he goes on a little bit. Someone as great as you shouldn't have to waste any effort on the sorcerer's defenses. So allow me. We will do this together. And as I'm sure one day I will express my gratitude. Sparing your life was worth it after all. So here they have to work together to get that door open. And this is when the sorceress will feel. This is when we return to the sorceress in this comic book, but we see her before they start the fight. And so she's going to hold them back, but eventually she calls He-Man, and that's when the drawbridge opens, so the door opens, and they can get inside. But it's a little bit different. You have to understand there's commercials for Cartoon Network, so they had to cut this down. And she's holding back.
Tip the balance.
There we go. Just like in the book.
The greatest power in Eternia.
Yeah, she just calls him. That's it. Victory will soon be ours. And here we got fights breaking out between Radalor and Cobra Khan and He-Man. So they're going to fight on the bridge to Grayskull, and there you got conflict between Evil-Lyn and Zodak, and a little more conflict here. And this is where he actually, in this, he bites her in the thigh. Because, of course, he just wants a taste of her. So she's dying from poisonous venom, whatever. She goes through a lot. I remember when in the last comic book series for Val Staples, she just kicks Evil Lynn in the face. So here he's concerned about what's going on with Zodak and King Hiss. So let's see how this next part plays out. So here they come. Yep. Oh, here we go. Oh, she's being usurped by the Snake Man. So how dare they? Yeah, so she's gonna resist. Well, did she obliterate him?
And painful one.
No.
My servant's venom.
Oh. And then she falls the same way. Okay.
Come on!
So they both go in together. Okay, so this next part, he's in the sort of the crystal portion of Grayskull. This is the heart of Grayskull in the 2002 incarnation. And he's looking for the orb that has all the great secrets of the elders. So Zodak fights him. There's a lot of dialogue here. And He-Man's still fighting the Snake Men. But I guess for the episode, they have to kind of rush this as quickly as they can and get them in there as quickly as possible. But here he fights him a little bit longer. And Snakeface is taken out. And I do think somewhere they get kicked over the side. But this is how, of course, King Hiss is taken out. He's impaled on these icicles, these crystals that hold the secrets of the elders. So, elders, give me your strength. So, with this energy, you couldn't stop me then. You can't stop me now. Of course, he does. Punches him good, knocks him out. So, that's how it's played out here. But I remember somewhere they kick all these warriors over the side of the bridge. And he gets to the sorceress. Right when this happens is when he finds the sorceress. But they rush in together to go and take care of this problem. So it's like it's a minute later, a minute earlier, depending on which one you're looking at. Okay, so they do a bit of fighting inside. Before I play some more. So the fighting between the Snake Man and He-Man happens inside Grayskull. They both rush into Grayskull, but they're fighting not out on the bridge. Nope. It's the shield. No, he uses the sword. Haha. Oh. Oh. There he goes. So he just gets knocked down, but it's much worse in the book. It's way worse. So, this whole thing happens afterwards. So you knew this, that the poison from King Hiss is flowing through her, but the power of the elders can reverse its effects. You knew this, yet you left her to suffer while you fought Hiss. Yeah. So now they're mad. He's mad at him because he just ran off. But here he says, the battle is over. Look upon the body of your fallen king. King Hiss is no more. So it's not possible. So that scaly fool has fallen. All of my efforts have been wasted. How dare these failures threaten my life when their lives are worthless? So here, Evil Lynn unleashes her wrath, woman scorned. And that's when they all wake up. And I will show no mercy. So he knows Evil Lynn did this. So they're all going to kick all these people off the bridge. And it's time to celebrate. Like, nope. So some people will never be content with the path their life has taken. So obviously it was not a happy victory, but it was like King Hiss had to go. But of course he doesn't die. He comes back somehow. So Evil Lynn did all this by herself. I never knew she was so powerful. Neither did I. So let's see how this part plays out.
Has fallen.
Oh, he stands on the castle. Oh, they just jump over. And that's supposed to be Serpos. So Skeletor came back out of the hole he crawled out of. He brought back Merman.
Evil Lyn, she will suffer like no other.
But Evil Lyn's wrath does not happen in this. I hear they spend the time to revive her, resuscitate her, because she was injured.
It is over. King Hiss is no more.
And here he just teleports out on his chair instead of walking away.
Well, he's a barrel of fun.
Oh, we get a moral here.
Zodak, cooperation and teamwork are always the best way to go.
That's how the episode ends. However, if we go back here, what happens to Zodak? He threw Hiss's body and then took off. So He-Man just comes back and he finds out what happened. Zodak will need time before he can change. He's had a great deal of anger. There's no way. Time heals all wounds. I hope Zodak finds peace at last with his past. And now that this is over, I hope we can all enjoy some peace for a while as well. But you can see, if you can see that looks like King Hiss is back. So Evil Lyn just kills all the Snake Men with electricity, but in the cartoon, they just jump into the pit, and Zodak kicks Snakeface off the bridge. So it's a little bit different. So this is some of the entries here never ever got released. There's like a gatefold poster somewhere, so you can have that. But yeah, that was Snake Men from comic book to TV show. Which one did you all like? Which one did you enjoy? I kind of like the book more. I know that there were some things that the TV show, the 2 episodes, did a little faster, a little more intense. The characters seemed a little smarter, but here you had more. You had Cyclone. Cyclone was not part of the team in these 2 episodes, and you have the moral at the end. But here, this is more detailed, and the way that King Hiss is taken out, you don't think he could live. So he does come back in this series. He comes back for the final major run for Val Staples, in which Evil Lyn is sick from Despondos, and King Hiss is supposed to help with over there. Where is he at? He's way over there with the Faceless One, right? So the Faceless One and King Hiss are supposed to work together and revive Evil Lyn, who is up there on the top shelf by Horde Prime. So that's what that story was. And then King Hiss, of course, dies in episode 39 of this incarnation of Masters of the Universe. So that's it. That's all. I really wanted to do this, and it was hard to do with slow internet, and I couldn't get Daily Motion to work, but I got Plex to work, and I'll do some more Masters of the Universe videos if you want. I have seen the action figures. I told you there was going to be some kind of movie tie-in action figures. It's shown 3 so far. They'll make more. You know they're going to make more. So I want to see the vehicle, the Wind Raider, the spaceship where they all come down off the spaceship into Castle Grayskull. That's probably the thing I would like to get. Until next time, good journey, and do something different.